This is a review of swimming pool equipment and how to set it, what it's doing. There are 3 exit points of the water and a couple entrance points for the water to come back. The water goes out of the pool through the filtering equipment, heating equipment, and back into the pool. One of the exit points is down there at the bottom of the pool. There is right in the center, there's a exit pipe. The reason that long grate is on there is so that a young child or a light pet will not get grabbed and held down. So the exit's in the middle of that, just through a pipe, but it's got the long grate. That pipe comes up to one of 2 of these. I don't know which one, and it doesn't matter to me, but one of those is coming from underneath the pool, the bottom of the pool. The other one is going to the filter, the pump, the filter, the heating equipment. This diverter here allows you to allow a certain amount of water to come through the surface of the pool, the skimmer, through that basket to catch the big stuff, and then down. If that thing is totally closed, then everything's coming from the bottom of the pool. If that's fully open, a lot of water is coming through the skimmer. So you can adjust the entrance of the water from the top or the bottom. The other location of water is the side called the skimmer port. Right now, I'm actually running the water through the skimmer port. That blue device is a rotating device so that that hose slowly rotates, just in case the creepy crawly gets hung up in a corner somewhere. That hose will twist and release it from its location. Once the water is been heated, filtered, etc., there are a number of spots where the water can come back into the pool. There's actually 3 of these. There's scattered around. There's one, and the other one you can't see because of the waves of the water. But those are 3 entrance points of the water coming back into the pool. The spa also has some exit points. Again, there's a big grate, and if I can get it down there and look at it, there are actually 2 pipes. And I don't know as though we can tell from this, but there are actually, there's one, there's another one over there somewhere. There's one. Those 2 pipes are exit points from the spa. The reason there's 2 is the spa has a secondary pump that will, when you turn it on, it pulls water out, runs it through a pump only, and puts it back and brings it back through these jets. There's 4 of these jets, and that's just the water being circulated. And if you open up that, it sucks in air and you get the air bubbles combined with the jets. The other one is the same exit of the pool water to the pump, to the filter, to the heating equipment, and then that water comes out there when you've got the water directed to come out of the spa. The other item to show you at this point is an automated filler. This acts just like the tank on your toilet. When the water level goes down, this thing lets water in, so the water level always remains the same. That's a great feature when you have a lot of evaporation of the water, and I've never had to touch this pool water this year. In previous years, I always have to add water myself because the water level goes down. The only problem with it is if you have a leak somewhere and you're losing a lot of water, you'll never know it. So that's how the water comes in and out of the pool. Now, at the pump equipment here, you've got a number of things. We've got 2 pumps. The one on the left is the pump that's just water circulating in the spa. It comes out, and it comes out of one and goes right back into another one right there. This pump is the primary pump. It's a multi-speed pump, programmatic it's a 4-speed pump programmed. The water's coming in from the pool through a valve. That valve is in a position, if I can read it, that shows that side says spa, and the valve says off. So I'm not drawing water from the spa. Over here is the pool, and it is drawing water from the pool. This other valve, that's a manual valve, says, is it drawing it from the pool itself, the bottom of the pool, or is it drawing it from the side skimmer? And right now I've got it mostly blocked that's actually blocking the pool, and it's running the skimmer. And it's not all the way, because if I take it all the way, there's not enough water flow to run the salt cell generator, which I'll show you in a minute. If I turn that valve around to the right all the way, I'm drawing nothing but water from the pool bottom, not from the side port. The important thing is never have that drawing from the side port when there's no hose connected, because that port locks down tight. Then you're going to pull suction against a closed entrance on the pool. That's a very key thing. If you're ever going to want to run from the side port, the skimmer, always hook up the hose first, then turn this valve. So it's a manual turn, so it doesn't actually accidentally happen. So what happens is the water's coming in, going through the pump. The pump is taking it into the filter. It's coming out of the filter, and it's kind of convoluted here because of the tightness. It's coming out of the filter, and it's going into this valve here. This valve is a automatic valve that when you change the settings with the controller, that valve will turn. Right now that is locking off the water, blocking it from going into the heater. What it's doing is the water is now coming down this pipe. That valve is open for safety purpose. It's going around, ultimately it's going up on the roof, and it's coming back through this pipe, coming into where it would have come if it was coming out of the it's going into the heater, just as though as that valve was turned, and then out of the heater it goes here into the salt generator. The salt generator then goes to another valve which says, where does this water return to the pool? Right now it's set to return to the bottom of the pool, those 3 vents at the bottom of the pool. And this is something I'm going to come back to. It's very, very key. The water pressure is such right now that I've got all green lights. The light on the left that you see, which is the top of the generator, says the salt level is good. The light in the middle, single light in the middle, says that the flow is good. And the 2 lights say I'm generating 40% chlorine from the salt. Now, the key thing that I wanted to really show is this. Here's my controller. If I turn the controller on, I need some shade so I can see it. I need to see it myself. Controller is on. Okay. And it's showing that the pool's 82 degrees. I've got it set at 85 or 6. It's not focusing properly. And it's on solar, so that's why that solar thing is. If I were to turn the heat to heater and change the heat, go into the settings and change it to heat, or to change the temperature so that it's already hot enough. If I change that preferable temperature there of 89, drop it down to less than 82, solar will turn off, and this valve here will rotate and block the water from going up to the roof of the house, saving a lot of power, because it takes a lot of power to run that water all the way down to the side of the house, all the way up to the roof and back. The other thing, now if I were to hit the spa button here, watch what happens. This one's turning and this one's turning. And what it's doing is turning automatically to take the water from the spa, return the water to the spa. Automatic. So now all your pump, all your filter, all your heating is going to the spa. Also, notice my spa temperature desired is 100. So it's on solar. I could have solar preferred, or I could have it on heat on the spa, so that it would turn on the heater and heat it up very quickly. Solar will not heat it very quickly. It will heat it, but it'll take a few hours. If I were to turn on the gas heater, it would happen very quickly. Now, here's the real key that I wanted to explain. If I turn off the solar, both of those are going back, drawing from the pool, returning to the pool. Since I don't use the solar very often, this is a problem for me. And the reason it's a problem is the spa water doesn't get filtered. The chemicals that I keep at the right levels in the pool don't get mixed in with the spa water, and the spa gets really bad since I don't use it. So what I do instead is I've got a switch down here. This switch, if I bring it up, that reverses the functionality of this particular valve. So now what's happening in general, all the water is coming out of the pool and the water is returning to the spa, and the spa has a higher water level than the pool, and therefore all the water coming into the spa goes back into the pool through a little waterfall. This is great, and this is a good way to do it. The problem is, this is where you have to be careful. The problem is, if you turn on the spa button on the controller now, both of these are going to reverse. You're going to take water from the spa, you're going to return it to the pool, and you're going to empty that spa, and it'll empty within minutes. And when that happens, your pump will run dry. You can't do that. So to avoid that, I actually take this switch that says which is your normal position, I put it in a central position which turns that valve off. Now I got the water coming from the pool, returning to the spa. If I throw the controller switch to turn on the spa, I'll take water from the spa and still return to the spa. So that is a key thing to keep in mind. It's very, very handy. The only problem with it is the solar now is heating the spa, and the spa actually gets about 5 degrees warmer than the pool, and the water coming out of the spa at this point is just coming down to the surface of the pool through this little waterfall. Once it heads up and gets all going. Oh, it's not much waterfall now because of the creepy crawler is on. If I turn that off and draw water from the bottom, I'll get more water pressure. But that's actually a little powerful waterfall eventually when there's more power and it's not coming through that side vent. But the warm water is coming into the top of the pool, which is warm water. I'm currently drawing water from wherever that thing is, which is sometimes at the bottom, the colder water. But if I were to turn that other valve and return the water to the pool, the warm water would come out of these exit points at the bottom of the pool and mix better with the pool. There's one, there's another one. So there are 3 of them. So it's your choice. I mean, you set it up, do it the way you want. Like I say, in my case, I like the water to return to the spa for the most part. Every now and then, I'll turn it back to run it through the pool if I want the pool to warm up a little bit faster, and I've actually been running water through the spa long enough that I know the water is at the right chemical mix as the pool itself. Because I always add water, I always add my chemicals to the pool water, not to the spa water. So that needs to get mixed in there as well. So anyway, that's an overview of the equipment of the pool.